Welcome back, Tug Addict. I want to start off tonight by saying one of our avid watchers, Thomas Holland, he and his wife are celebrating their 37th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. They said they're going out to Chris Russo tonight. I could taste that steak right now, buddy. Enjoy. Tonight, I want to briefly go over something that we ended up with yesterday on the vlog. We talked about this voodoo shrimp. Monica's posting something for us this evening with the redfish I told you she caught on this, and this will be on our regular videos, not on our live vlog. But I told you about gluing this. As you can see now, this is glued down, and I just took a small drop of it to put it on there. I wish that Voodoo would make, when that's done or before, if they had a little wire guard on this shrimp. I would really love to have a wire guard on it. It'd be awesome. I'm going to go over tomorrow night to try to get with us if you can at 7 at later time, which a lot of people do. We notice we get a lot more people coming in later on and watching these. Everybody can't sit down and watch something at a certain time, especially from the East Coast to the West Coast. I want to go over some of the comments and questions tonight, and I appreciate you guys leaving these things because it gives us material to work from. And I want to go over this one here. It's from R Weekly. It says, maybe some tips on how to use these. They talk about different lures. So every time I fish lures, I just kind of guessing on the movement of the rod tip and what I want the bait to do. I sometimes fish real close to the kayak just to see what it looks like. But even then, it's just a guess. Maybe do a comprehensive guide on all the different types of baits. Just a quick, this is what I do on a rod tip. This is what I want the lure to do, bottom, middle, top of water column. And this is what I like to feel when the fish bites. That would help some of us less experienced folks. Well, I don't consider to be that experienced, but I'll try to tell you what I do. I fish 90% of the time when I'm running artificial lures. I'm using about a 2500 reel. I'm using J braid. I use 20-pound J braid, which is about a 4-pound test diameter. I can get a lot of distance out of my lures, whether I'm throwing a hard bait or whether I'm throwing a top water bait, surface top water bait, or plastics or whatever. And a lot of it has to do too when you fishing the speed of the bait, whether it's wintertime versus summertime. Summertime, I put a lot more speed and action to it. The bait moves a lot faster. In the wintertime, when I'm fishing for the larger big trout on the Gulf Coast, I fish it slow. A good friend of mine, Randy Bright, taught me a lot about how to fish down there. And he says, when you're fishing cold water, wintertime, especially in the Gulf, down in the Panhandle where I have a place, if you fishing slow it down some more. My normal pattern is his wife, Midge, she'll come up on a spot, and if it's 3 or 4 feet deep, she'll put the lure out and she'll watch it and count it and see how many seconds it takes for that lure to get to the bottom. And then she'll say, all right, it's going to take 1.5 seconds or so per foot. And she kind of counts it off in her mind when she throws it out there. You want to throw it out. If you want to get it close toward the bottom, count it 1, 2, 3, 4,000, whatever it is, and then start to work it. You can't work it too slow in the wintertime. I like to kind of let it sink, give it a small twitch action, and then pause, and then maybe kind of draw it a minute and then sit. Remember too, when that fish hits, don't work real quick. Everybody thinks that, oh, they'll feel the hook and they won't hold on to the bait. When you feel a kind of like a thump on the top of your hand, pause a second. If you have slack, take a little slack out, and then you will increase your hookup ratio 90%. I guarantee it. So don't be impatient, especially if you're throwing hard baits on top water baits. When that fish hits, don't jerk immediately. Give it a second. When you feel you got a little tension on it, then set the hook. That'll make a big difference, not only in your hookups, but you'll get a better hook set I'm a big component now of these inlines, as I showed y'all before. I take and I put the hook, the front hook, reverse backwards so the grass won't get in it, and then I put that little fly eye tie on the back as well, and I really think that makes a difference. I was watching a gentleman the other night, and he had a YouTube video, young fella fishing from a kayak, and he did a great job, great video, and he was catching fish, and he was comparing these lures from Academy Sports to the Mirrodimes, the mirror lures, as the two colors that my wife bought here. And I noticed when I took off the treble hooks, which are the VMC treble hooks, they really sank quick, which I don't like, that quick sink in shallow water when I'm fishing 2, 3, 4 feet of water at the most, especially in 2 and 3 feet of water. I want a slower sink rate. And with these lighter hooks here, these hooks are lighter than the VMC hooks that come on that are treble hooks, and that bait will suspend a little more slower. And when I was watching this gentleman, he was, as soon as he was jerking, he never paused. I'm going to respond in one of his comment sections and tell him, just slow down, enjoy it. Don't be so anxious to hook up real quick. If he would have slowed down his set of the hook, I believe he would have actually caught more fish than he did in the video. And a lot of people feel like, oh, I got to have the 2 treble hooks. I got 6 hooks versus 2. Believe me, these inline hooks will catch just as many as those trebles. It really amazed me when I got a couple of those and I bought them, and I found out that, boy, these things are great and they really work well. And if you turn that front hook around in the opposite direction, it will it'll help you keep that grass off the lure as well. When you fishing with those things, weekly, when you see, try to get if you can see bait moving, see how the bait's moving, whether it's darting fast or it's just kind of lazily floating on the water. That'll give you an idea of how to fish these artificial lures to imitate the bait and then what it's doing. And some days when you go out there, every day's different. No days are the same. Some days they want to, if you're throwing a top water plug, they're going to want a lot of movement and action. Other days you can move it 2 or 3 times and let it sit. And I mean, let it sit a couple of seconds and all of a sudden they'll bust up on it. If you see one coming behind it, move it like you're trying to get away from the fish. And then they'll react and come up on it sometimes a lot quicker, especially on a red. If you're throwing and fishing for a red and he's coming up on it and you should be able to see it, don't stop the bait. That's the worst thing you can do. Keep it moving on a red. And if they want it, they'll come on it. If you pause and thinking a twitch is going to cause you to grab it, 9 times out of 10, he'll back off. At least that's been my experience. All right. If you have any more questions on that, I'll try to follow up on any suggestions you have on that. Let's see what else. Real Predator, huge fan. I love that name, Real Predator. My wife wants to name her boat She Angler. We're working on that logo for that right now. Let's see what he says here. What else? Real Predator. I watch a lot of your cleaning videos. Learned a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for that. We're gonna be posting that one with Monica catching that redfish. It's too big for the net. I think she's actually posted up now, and it won't be on our live feed section. It'll be on our regular videos. So you guys look up on the channel and see if you get that video up there already posted. She's in the other room doing that right now for us. Tomorrow night I'm going to talk about probably the 5 or 6 baits that, if you only had 5 or 6 baits in your tackle box, the ones that I use, and I'm going to show you pictures of the ones I use and kind of go over how I fish them and what I do. Hey, doesn't mean they're going to bite every day, but you can't catch, like I say. Look, just got a thing. Says Thomas Horn made it. Thomas Horn, any pictures of the fish from the panhandle? Yeah, Thomas, I got a couple of little quick snippets of me releasing some fish, but I was by myself. And I didn't have the Boga grip with me where I could hold it. I bought a GoPro, one for Christmas, and I bought a hat that you can put it on top of, and I'm going to see if I can start doing a little more videos out there when I'm fishing. I'm not out to fish to produce things for the channel or be a production guy here or whatever. I'm out and enjoying myself and enjoying the tug, and I just don't have a guy standing there with a camera shooting over our back. If I did, we probably wouldn't catch any at all when you go out to do that. Thomas Horn, who caught the most? Well, last week I caught the most because I was the only one fishing. Michael wasn't with me. Bob Geis, got it right, didn't it, Bob? Geis. Good show tonight. Looking forward to the regular video too. Thanks, Thomas Horn. Good. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it with you. Thomas, you enjoy the evening with your wife and y'all's celebration of y'all's anniversary. Congratulations, guys. Keep the comments coming, and we'll try to respond to them as best we can. And y'all look out for the one that Monica posted. It may be up already tonight on the redfish is too big for the net. That was a fun clip that we put up. Ben Barry, great show using baits. Thank you, Ben. All right, guys, I'm gonna close it out here. I'm gonna close it out right now. Don't forget, take a kid fishing, and you can't catch them from the couch. Give us a thumbs up, ring the bell, subscribe, and please leave whatever questions and comments. Check out our website and our influencer page as well. Thanks again, and y'all have a good evening. Tight lines to you.